Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the best and worst skins for each character in Marvel's Avengers. Now this was a requested video. If you want to request a video, you can do so in the comments below or in my Discord links below. Anyways, let's get started. Real quick before the video does start, leave a like, subscribe if you do enjoy. And we'll be doing 5 for each of the characters, 5 best and 5 worst. Anyways, here we go. Starting with Iron Man. Starting with Iron Man, I would have to say his best skin is definitely the Varial Threat Response Battlesuit. Now, obviously this is the War Machine suit, if you couldn't tell already. Now, it's really a good design. Also has this mounted minigun on the shoulder, which actually will follow where the head is looking. Now, the next one is going to be the Iron Man 2 film suit, which is right here. I honestly just think this is one of the best suits from the films in general, and they translated it perfectly into the game. I love all of the separating joints and such. Next is the Iron Man 3 suit, which I know a lot of people probably will prefer some of the other ones, but I don't know, I've always had a soft spot for this suit. Next is the Nothing to Fear suit. Now in the comics, this is actually made of the same material as Thor's hammer, which is pretty freaking cool. Obviously, it's very much so inspired by the Destroyer armor. I think it's pretty cool. Like the glow and such. Anyways, next one is going to be the Magic Modified suit. Now, this is one of the most unique suits. I believe it's completely original. I could be wrong. It could be from something that I just don't know about, but I really do love this suit. Now, for the worst suits, I do have to say real quick, if you do enjoy any of these suits, and that goes for all of the suits for all the characters, good for you. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean that it's completely bad or anything. These are just my opinions. Anyways, starting with, and these are in really no particular order, starting with probably one of the most infamous suits is the Crash Test suit. Now, this is very much so a crash test dummy, and it's not horrible. I just really more so wanted to talk about it. I don't think it's the worst, but it probably isn't. It's definitely on the list of worst ones, so that's why it's here. Anyways, next one is going to be a pretty interesting one, and it is Throttle. This is a variant of the Superior Armor, which already was not the best suit in the game due to the cut corners, but this suit's just bad. I mean, like, I get the whole racing inspired theme, but I just don't like it. A similar one is going to be the Circuit suit, which is also a variant of the Superior Armor. And it's just weird. I mean, like, it's very much so just a circuitry board, but I don't like it. Next is the Federation suit, also a Superior Armor variant. This one isn't the absolute worst, but it's not anything like the Federation Avengers suit from the comics, and since it is based on that, it is not a very good one. Now, the final worst one is going to be the Volcanic suit. I will say that this is one of the better Volcanic suits, and it fits more so with Iron Man in general, but it's still not the best. I do actually kind of like it, but overall, I think Iron Man does have really good skins, so even though I'm saying these aren't great, they're still okay. Next hero is going to be Spider-Man. Starting with the best ones, we have the Classic suit. Obviously, this is a really good suit. It's based off of the comics, of course, and I really do like the design here. Next is going to be none other than the Iconic suit. I think they did a really good job with this. I would have preferred it not to be the darker blue, but I know that a lot of people like the darker blue. Next is going to be the Big Time suit. Now, this is definitely a personal preference just because I like the Big Time suit a lot, as you can tell from my entire channel. Now, this is not super accurate to the actual Big Time suit. It is just a recolor of the Mark II suit, but I really like it still, mainly because of the color scheme. Our next one is going to be the Mark III suit right here. This is a really cool suit. It's the World's Edge suit, I believe is what it's also called. But I really just like the design for this one. It's very unique, and I think the armored suits kind of fit for the game since Spider-Man is dealing with large threats. And the last suit we have is the Spider-Man Noir suit. Now, I do think this is a really great suit. Originally, this was only available in a credit bundle. I really do love this skin a lot. I think it's really well done, and yeah. Next, we're gonna go over the worst skins. Now, I will say Spider-Man has a lot less suits, and they are overall pretty good. So these ones are definitely not the worst. Now, starting with the blue Peter suit. I just don't think that the color scheme is the best for this one, but it's still okay. I just don't love it. Next is the radioactive suit. This is just a kind of ugly looking suit in general. I just don't like it, and then I don't know what the random blue coloring is there for. I feel like if that was colored green, maybe the skin would look a little better, but it's just not good. Next is the Williamsburg suit. While I kind of do like the color scheme for this, it's kind of just random, and I don't think that we really needed to have multiple of the Peter Parker themed suits in this game. We already had one, and we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ones, which was definitely not necessary. And that brings us to our next one, which is the pep rally suit. I really don't like this one either, and the color scheme for this one is not good at all, so I'd say this one's definitely worse than the other one. And finally, we have the paparazzi suit, which is also just really random. They choose this like dark blue for the mask, which is not... If they had maybe chosen to do the same masks as like this, it would have looked a little better. You know, like you could have the Webman suit, and then you could have this one, which is, if they'd used the same color and design for this mask, they could have been a little better. Next one is going to be Captain America. Now, for the best suits, we have our first Avenger suit. Really love this one a lot, both in film and in game. And I love the fact that he has a special shield with the MCU shield, but with battle damage on it. Our next one is the Winter Soldier suit, which once again has the special shield, but with a different color scheme, which I really like this color scheme. The stealth suit in general is just really cool. Next one is going to be the modern suit right here, which I really love this skin. I think the only thing that could make it better is if it had the correct shield and not the normal shield, but I know why they didn't do that. And the other best one is going to be the new vintage suit, which is also very good. The only thing I'd say is I wish it had the classic shield from the comics instead of the shield from this game. Now for the worst suits for Cap, we're going to have to start with the Neon Razor skin, which on its own, I don't love the Neon Razor color scheme, but then the random bits of blue mixed in just look weird, like on the eyes area. And then also, he doesn't get a special shield, so then this kind of just messes up the whole aesthetic, essentially, which wasn't very good in the first place. Speaking of not very good in the first place, we have the Gamma Poison suit, which is just very ugly. And it also does not have a special shield. Now, I very easily could have padded this list out with all of these suits right here, but instead, we're just gonna say that they are one slot and they are all very bad because they're just not good. I get having one for the story, but we did not need 5 separate ones at all. Or actually, there's 6 because there's one down here too. Next, we have the volcanic suit, which, while I do felt it kind of fit with Iron Man, it doesn't fit at all, I feel, with Captain America. It looks really just weird on just like a weird like leather suit to just have this weird volcanic design on it. I don't understand at all where they were going with that. And also, the shield is once again not special. This was before they started doing the special shields, and I just don't think it looks good at all. Now, lastly, we have the Red Room suit, which I'm not going to say why, but one, no special shield. I do kind of like the design on this actual suit itself, but then you have his face, which is, interesting. Anyways, next we're gonna go to Winter Soldier. Now, Winter Soldier being one of the newer additions to the game, he has a lot less suits, but the quality is also much higher on a lot of these suits. Starting with my personal favorite, we have the Winter Soldier MCU suit, which is from the Captain America the Winter Soldier film as well. Now, there's 3 different versions of this, but my favorite is the masked version. So here you go. Pretty good overall. I really do like the arm on this one as well. Next, we have the White Wolf. Now, this is an original design for the game. I really do like this suit a lot. Next, we have the classy casual suit, which I sadly do not have. I really like a lot of these just normal t-shirt outfits for Bucky, and I think this one's definitely the best. And I like the little symbol under the sleeve right there. Now, last we have the major Bucky skin, which I just really like because of the whole astronaut aesthetic. And I think this one is just my favorite out of these astronaut ones. Now for the worst suits, we have Pastel Traveler. Now I don't think the upper half looks horrible, but then the bottom half combined with the arm just makes it look really bad. If they just chosen to do one of these two different color schemes, I think it would have been fine, but mixing these two just makes it look really tacky, to say the least. Now next we have Linen, which I don't know, it just looks very boring, and the weird duct tape bandage thing with the like bar of gold looking thing. I don't know. I think that's supposed to be like ammo, but it just looks weird. And then we have the suede. Wait, where is it? Then we have the suede Sans suit, which is okay. I just don't love this suit. I just don't love the suit in general. And then we also have the olive and leather one, which, did we really need two of these? I mean, I don't even think it was very good in the first place, but then you did two that are super similar to each other. Now last we have the modern vintage, which is just not very good looking either. I think the color scheme's just very weird, and then the weird like glasses he has on, they're not sunglasses or anything, they're just normal glasses for some reason. Anyways, that's it for Bucky. Next we're going to do Miss Marvel. Starting with the best suits, we have Mystic Marvel. Now this suit's just very unique in general for Kamala, and I really do like it. It's got some very unique designs to it. Love the hood and the cape and everything. Next we have Karaki, which is right down here. Now this one's really fun, and it's actually from the comics, just like the last one. It also just has a very unique aesthetic compared to a lot of the other suits. Next we have the trending suit. Now this is very much so based off of the normal Kamala look from the comics, and I just think it's very clean and just works well. Then we have the Power Glove suit, also based off of the comics, and I just really think this one looks nice. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. And last we have the MCU suit. Also, these are once again not in really any order, so me saying this is last doesn't mean it's my least favorite. Anyways, this one's just really nice. They did a really good job with this. The only thing I'd say that would make this one better is if the blue was just a more vibrant blue, like this blue right here. Anyways, we have the worst ones next, starting with the Gamma Poison suit, which is just, the Gamma Poison suits in general just don't look very good for most of the characters, and she is one of them. Next, we have the Red Room suit, which, while not as bad as the Captain America one, it just doesn't look very good. Once again, it's got that weird paint on the face, which doesn't have the implications of the last one, but it just still doesn't look very good. Now next we have the double stitched suit, which is just very bland and boring. You have a lot of these homemade-esque suits, which are all recolors of this one, the DIY, or you could say there's a few different ones. I don't know which one's meant to be the main one, but both this and the crafted suits are really just not good. They're very boring. They're not like this one, which is much better in general, or even this one. They're not the color schemes that are really for her main suit or any of the other ones, so it's just an odd choice in general. And lastly, for her suits, we have this suit, which is Social Buzz, and this color scheme just it's on here just because this color scheme's really bad. I just don't like it. Next we have Thor Odin's Son. Now for Thor, we've got actually some pretty great skins as well. We have the Ultimate Thor, which the only thing that I'd say would make this better is if it did have a different weapon, because, well, he doesn't use Mjolnir in the Ultimate Comics. He uses a different one, which I can't think of the name right now. But anyways, I really just like this design. I like the suit. It's very techy, which is tied into a lot of his stuff in that series. The next best one, I would say, is Ragnarok, which is just a really good looking suit. Of course, it has the unique MCU style Mjolnir, and just really nice looking suit. The only thing that I'd say would make it better is if it did have the helmet from that scene in the film. Next, we have the Destroyer, which is just a really nice looking suit. Obviously this is not, and I believe this is from a What If comic, which is really fun. And I just really like this design. And if you want, you could combine this with the Iron Man Fear Itself suit, and you can have a Destroyer, 2 Destroyer suits. Next is the in-game suit, which I really just think this one's very clean. It just looks nice. And especially when you are using your R2 ability, your lightning, it lights up those little, these little circles right here, and makes them all glow, which looks just really clean and nice. And finally, for the top 5, we have Unworthy, which I just love this design in general. And I love the Uru arm, which at the time in the comics when this suit was being used, he was unworthy, which is the name. And so he didn't use Mjolnir. This was around the time that Jane actually was brought into canon with being Thor herself. Now, real quick, before we get to the really bad suits for Thor, I want to talk about one of the most infamous suits, which a lot of people hate, and that is the Hell Shadow suit, which people have dubbed the Who Thor suit. And I get why people don't like it. It's not the best, but I definitely wouldn't even say it's I wouldn't say it's the worst. It's very much so meant to be a possessed Thor, and it's a very rusty design. As you can tell, all of the metal is rusted, and it's meant to look dirty, but people just don't like this one. I don't think it's that bad. I wouldn't personally use it, but I still don't think it's the worst. Starting with what I consider to be the actual worst is the Supernatural Avengers Thor suit, which is just really weird. It's got these weird mummy bandages on the arms for some reason. It just looks weird. Odd choice for Thor, and just it's not a good color scheme and just doesn't look good at all. Then we have none other than Crossing Guard Thor, which is just a really weird. I do actually kind of like the color scheme on the arm there, minus the band on the wrist. But overall, this is just not a good looking suit. It's just so weird. Next, we have another very weird one that just, I don't know why they decided this would be a thing, and that is Rockstar Thor. Self-explanatory why this is not good. Next, we have, guess what? Another Gamma Poison one. Now, I wouldn't even think that this one was that bad, but also having the hair still be this blonde color, almost looks orange here, just looks so bad. I just don't understand how they thought this skin looked good. It's just weird. It looks bad. And finally, we have the Volcanic, which honestly, Volcanic would be fitting for a Thor skin, but then they did this weird cape, which just doesn't look good. I don't like it. It doesn't look good. It's not a good skin. For Black Widow, the best 5 are going to be her first Avengers film outfit, her hooded outfit, which I think is really good, her snowsuit outfit from the Black Widow movie, her 1998 outfit, and her in-game braid outfit, which was added with the final update. Now, I think honestly, Black Widow has some really good skins, but I feel like they did way too many disguised civilian skins for her. For her worst 5, we've got Gamma Poisoned. Just, it's really bad. Don't know why they did that. The Volcanic skin, which is right here. Once again, just doesn't look good. The Federation suit right here, which I don't know what they were thinking here. This just is horrible, in my opinion. The next one is the Steampunk suit, which that just looks bad. That just does not look good. And lastly, we have Poisonous, which this is just a not good looking color scheme. Now, the next hero is Hawkeye. He's got some interesting skins. He was a later addition to the game, as you know. And overall, I do think he has some pretty good skins. There's a few lackluster ones, but overall, I think they're mostly good. So starting with his best skins, we have the modern suit, not the original modern suit that's in the game, but the newer one that was added recently. This one is just a really good design, straight from the comics. Then we have another one straight from the comics, and that will be the retro skin right here. This is probably the best one overall with Hawkeye, and it even has a special bow and arrow. So I think this one's just really well done. Then we have the end-game Ronin appearance with the hood and everything. I think this one's just really good. Next is the Werehawk, which I'm sure a lot of you know is a very good skin. It's a little weird, but it's very unique, so I think that's why I like it. Then for the last of the top 5, we have the Armored Hawk. There are a few different armored ones, but I think that I like this one the most because of the color scheme. I just think it looks really nice. This is the basically the Stark tech for Hawkeye. Now, for the worst 5, we have the Gamma Poison skin, which just looks amazing, as you can tell. Then we have the absolutely amazing Volcanic skin, which they chose to use on the Ronin suit for a reason. It doesn't look good at all. Then we have the Steampunk, which speaks for itself. Then we have the Time Lost suit, which is horrible. And lastly, we have the original Modern, which is just not a very good skin at all. I don't know why he's bald. I don't know why they wanted to make bald Hawkeye in this game so bad. I don't understand it. I don't think anyone asked for a bald Hawkeye. They had a fine-looking Hawkeye with this, and then they just decided to make a whole bunch of skins with bald Hawkeye for some reason. Next hero is going to be the Hulk. Now, I think Hulk has a lot of very good skins, so we're gonna go ahead and start. So first is the Monster Heart skin, which I think just looks really good. It's from the comics. I really like the glowing design, and I like the little shorts and belt buckle thing. Next is the Gladiator Hulk, which looks very good. I really like this design and everything. Then we have, very similarly, the Ragnarok skin, which I like for about the same reason as I like that one. This one's obviously based off of the MCU version of the Gladiator outfit. Then we have the King skin from when Hulk was a king on Sakaar, so I really like this one as well. Then we have the Blue Hue Hulk, which is all the way down here. Now this one is Cosmic Hulk, if you don't know the reference with that, which I really like that. Now for the worst 5, we have Pumped, which is just, they wanted to do a like reddish colored, but then they still kind of kept it a little green, so it's just like red and green combined to this ugly color that they got. I just don't understand how they thought that that looked good. Another one that's very similar with its bad color scheme is the other guy, which is just this ugly yellow green. I don't know why they did that. Another one that I just think just has really bad coloring on the actual skin itself is this black and like gray ashy look, which is just weird. Then we have the Avenging Archer suit, which this is just, I don't understand why they did it like this. I kind of like the trench coat, and if the trench coat was on a different character, I think it'd look fine, but this is just bad for Hulk. Then lastly, we have the Steampunk skin. I don't like for a very similar reason. I don't think most of the Steampunk skins look good. I think the idea of doing steampunk skins is fine. I just think the execution was not well done. So next we're gonna do Jane Foster, the Mighty Thor. Now, she has very few skins, so I'm just gonna do 3 good and 3 bad for her. So her best ones are the Iconic skin, which I really love this design. I honestly think it's better than the comic and the MCU design. I just think it looks really good and is very unique. Then we have the Mighty Jane Foster comic design, which I think looks very good as well. I still prefer the Iconic, but this one also looks very good. Then we have her other best one with Thordis, which is from a What If comic, which is really cool. I really like this one. Then, lastly, we have the bad ones, starting with the Nordic Warrior. They very clearly wanted to just make an easy skin, so they just removed the cape and the helmet, which is fine, but it just doesn't, it's not very good. And same thing with Nordic Shadow, which is one of the others. Now, obviously these two are just the exact same skins. Oddly enough though, the little hilt thing, I don't know what you'd call that, changes from gold to silver. Don't know what that's for. But then, lastly, for the worst, we have the Golden Valkyrie, which I think just looks worse than the normal one. And then we are going to go to the Black Panther. Black Panther, once again, has honestly some of the best skins in the game. I really don't think many of his are bad. So starting with his best skins, we have the Civil War outfit. This is obviously based off of the MCU Civil War film. I think this is honestly the best outfit he had in the MCU, and it's one of the best in this game as well. Then we have the Earth X outfit, which was added in the last update, which just looks really, really good. It's very unique, once again, just like the Hawkeye skin. Then we have this skin, which I'm not gonna try and pronounce, but it's the classic skin. Obviously, it's not super accurate to the classic because it is still a little armored, but I really do like this one with the cape and such. Then we have the white tiger skin, which I think just looks really good. I don't know why my voice did that, but I really like this skin. It looks very good to me. I love the blue on the eyes and such. Then we have the Panther crew outfit, which I like for a similar reason. This is based off of a different character from the comics known as White Tiger. There's been multiple White Tigers. It's based off of a specific one. I really do like this skin. I think it just looks very good and very unique. Now, for the worst looking skins, I don't think these are even that bad. So these are just the worst 5 out of the ones that are here. Starting with this one, which was added in the last update. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. I just don't really like that one. Then we have the Blood of the Panther suit, which I think it's okay. I think I would have rather it been a variant of the normal iconic suit without all of the damage, and it just been a red one. Then we have the Wakandan salute, which I also don't think is very good. I would have liked this one better if it was the same blue as this one and didn't have the gold, and then it could have just been a damaged version of that. And then we have the Supernatural skin, which is just weird. I don't really like a lot of the Supernatural skins, but this one is one of the less good ones. Then we have, lastly, the Ascension skin, which I just don't think is good. It's an in-between between the Most Dangerous Man and the Panther crew outfit with a gray version, essentially, and it just looks worse than both of those, and so I just don't think it's very good. Now that's it for Black Panther. Next, we're going to go to Kate Bishop, who is our final one. For her best ones, we have Signature Style, which is from the comics, looks very good. Then we have the Young Avengers outfit, which also from the comics looks very good. Then we have her Hawkingbird appearance, which also from the comics looks very good. Then we have her Stark Tech suit, which is one of the better outfits for her. I feel like Kate honestly didn't get very good outfits overall, but this one is very good. Then we have her On Target outfit, which I sadly do not actually have, and this one's pretty good. Now for her worst skins, there's actually quite a few skins that I just don't like at all for her. So starting with the Gamma Poisoned, once again, just the Gamma Poison skins just don't look good. Then we have the Neon Razor, which you can see you have eyes, so you can tell what's wrong with this skin. Then we have the Frankly Gorgeous skin, which is, it's this. Then we have the Blue Hollow, which is, yeah. And also the Top Brass, which, yeah. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and throw on a couple extra. Inconspicuous, and the Cirque. And also this one. Basically, any of them with this haircut and the arrows in the head, I think is horrible. I know it's from the comics, but it's just, I don't like it. I hate it. Anyways, this is going to be a very long video, and I'm going to have to edit it down. This recording that I just did was 63 minutes long, so I'm going to have to cut a lot of stuff out. Anyways, if you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.